Hello, this is Luana Parker, and I am, I have a business that I call Beauty by Luana. And I have had so many people who have been asking me, what is it that I've done to my complexion? Why do I look so different? So I thought this morning what I would do is show you my morning and evening routine. I began with this product, this Time Wise 3D Repair for women over 50 have not been taking care of their skin properly. I'm one of those who every morning I would just get up and wash my face and brush my teeth and whatever and go on out the door. For the last few months, however, I started this routine. The first thing that I do is to wet my face. Okay, what I'm going to do now. And what happens when I wet my face is that I only need just a tiny bit of this cleanser, just a tiny bit. And this will spread all over my face. Okay? As you can see, I have no eyebrows. There's actually a little bit of eyebrow pencil left on that I didn't completely get off. I was tired last night and I just cleansed it, wiped it, and went to bed. And the thing about this cleanser, it's actually a moisturizer and a toner all in one, which is absolutely great. Now, I like to have my towel as hot as I can for water when I go to wash it. And I try to be careful around this area because it's very sensitive and it's so easy to tear. So you always want to be careful when you're doing anything around your eyes. Okay? Most sensitive area that you have on your face. And unfortunately, the skin is not as elasticized as the rest of it is. So if you mess it up, that area, it doesn't go back together as well as the others. So you want to be really careful. Okay, now I've removed all my cleanser, and I usually try to get under the neck area too, because when you're putting on your makeup, you usually spread a little under there to make sure that that and your neck area kind of look the same. Okay, now that I'm through with that part, the next item I use is this Mary Kay Serum Repair. And this is really good. Don't need a lot, like everything with Mary Kay. Use it carefully. It lasts a long time. As you can see, I just put a little bit of a drop on it, spread it in this area, and I put it in kind of a little triangular spot here because this is where we really run into problems. For some reason, our pores get really kind of big and start telling that we're getting older. I'm maturing. I don't know about you. I am maturing and getting better. All right. Okay, because I'm going to be around for 120 years. So now that I put the serum on, the next step is this is morning, day, I'm going to use the day cream. If it was nighttime, I would use the night cream. Okay. I follow the same routine for morning and night. And I just love the way this little thing is because you just push down, a little bit of cream comes out for you. This I will spread liberally everywhere because I want to make sure I get good moisturizing all over. Okay. And again, I'm using my fingers and I'm being very careful around the eye area. Okay. Spreading it under here because this is just as important as the face. Kind of start looking at the neck, which is one of the reasons why I don't like to show my neck so much. Of course, I don't really have much of a neck, as you can see. Lost a few pounds, you might see my neck, but right now you don't see very much of it. But that's okay. I think my neck still looks good. For my age, absolutely. Very thankful to the Lord for preserving me as well as He has. And this product has certainly helped because my skin had become dry and flaky. And even though I would wash it each morning and put a little cream on it, as we women do, because we always want to look like this when we walk out the door, it still just didn't look right. And in fact, I kind of wonder sometimes if my face had stored up some unnecessary dirt on it because my complexion, when I look at it, looks lighter to me when I compare it to pictures, other pictures. So now here is the final step. And this is a serum that we put around the eyes to help plump, well, not plump, wrong word, to help restore the moisture here, but we're going to do it very gently. Okay? And you squeeze just a little bit of cream because you don't need a lot. And I think you can see that. Hope you can see that. And I just kind of yep, gently rub it around the eye area. And I gotta tell you, this feels good. The way they have this made, this metal, even though it may be warm outside, for some reason this metal still stays cool and it feels so good. Okay? This is kind of help repair the tissue here. Give it a little light, so very gentle. All right. And sometimes I feel like I could just do this all day long, just rub in that area. Okay. So now you've seen my morning routine for me to get my skin ready for my makeup. I do this each morning and each evening. And as you can see, I have no eyebrows. I am completely bald up there. Okay. Very little in the eyelash area as well. And for me, everything seems to just kind of run together, not a real definition, or as the lips are concerned or the eyes are concerned. So I really have to work on making sure that things show. Now, if this was at night, I would probably do a mask. Okay. I have a couple of things here that I can do. For one, I could take this mask. I have a special little spatula to put it all over my face. But before I would do that, I would take Mary Kay. Um, I ooh, goodness, I don't want to spill this, but these little things, you put them under your eye, okay, eye, and it helps to take away the puffiness and the tiredness, the dragginess, and I gotta tell you, it feels so good. If they weren't so thin and slippery, I would show it to you, but I don't want to drop them on the floor because I don't want to waste them, okay? I would put that on, and then I would take this mask and spread it all over my face, underneath there, all around here. And I might even put just a little touch under here. See, I have that. And I would leave both of them on for anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Now, that's what the directions tell you. I tend to leave it a little longer, and sometimes as much as an hour, because I just like that feeling. And then again, I just take my towel, as hot as I can stand the water, squeeze it out, and I start to, well, first of all, I dampen it because, again, we don't want to tear the tissues here. So I dampen this with it, and then I start to gently rub them off. And it feels so good afterward. It's a great feeling. Now, there's one other routine that you can do too. And this I use with my microderm when I'm going to do my face and a lot of times I do this in the morning rather than at night. Okay, this one at night because I can relax, just feel good while watching television or reading a book or working on the computer. This one, when I go to do that, I use it in the morning. Now, both of these, you shouldn't use more than 2 or 3 times a week. All right. So if I'm going to do uh, the mask uh, in the evening, I probably will wait the next day after and use the microderm abrasion because start tearing up your tissue. This will help uh, dig out those stuff that happens to get into your pores. You know, sometimes no matter how careful you are with taking care of your skin, we still have to go outside. And it's still stuff that gets in there sometimes. And sometimes it gets, tries to get underneath the skin. With the microdermabrasion, again, I wet my face and then I take the abrasion and spread it over my face. Not here because it has these little tiny microbes that can tear the tissue, the sensitive tissue. So I come beneath where you see the dark circle there, and I put it around here and across my forehead. And I take this brush, and sometimes I will wet the brush before I go to use it, just so it helps to spread it, and it makes it easier for it to spread, and it's not clogging up in here rather than doing what's supposed to do in my face. And then I just massage my. Oh my God, this feels so even using it now like this, it just feels so good. And I tell you, there are times when I'm doing this, I don't want to stop because it feels absolutely marvelous on you. Mm-hmm. Enough of that. So those are some of the things that I use to help me to be more beautiful. I know you're looking at my face and wondering, okay, so what else do you do? Because this is not what we see when you do your videos. And you're right. Now comes the other part. And this takes me a little bit longer to do because, as I say, I don't have that natural line. But without me doing some little addition here, it's like everything just kind of all runs together. So I am going to, oh my goodness, thought I get this closer, but I am going to now transform this very plain Jane face into something that looks a little more reasonable. I have things that I have to do. I really have to work. Oh my goodness, I do have to work on me, but there's no reason why any woman can't look the best that she can. And it's true that beauty is on the inside. And I like to think that I'm beautiful inside, but I still want to look good on the outside too, okay? So I'm going to begin by first using some of my concealer because Unfortunately, I have these dark circles that you can see under my eyes, okay? And they don't look too good. So I have to do a little bit of work here and helping them to disappear. So I take this concealer. Now, some people would use a lighter shade, and I have tried the lighter shade, but for me, the darker shade works better, okay? So I take this and I just kind of cover up over this, okay? And I'm going to blend it into my complexion. All right, I think that's enough. Now I have a brush, it's a foundation brush. What I like about this brush, it's like that little massager I was just showing you. This feels so good. Yeah, I don't know what these bristles are made of, but it really feels good. Take it and gently blend it into the rest of my complexion. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you, I will put some more after I use my CC cream on it, okay? Because get this as covered as much as possible, but I do this first. And I take my little sponge. Of course, it's time for another one. My little sponge, and I help to press it in so that it looks more natural. Okay? Right. Now, it's covered up pretty good. It's not too bad. But now I'm going to use some CC. And I use the bronze CC. And in case I didn't tell you, this is all Mary Kay products, all right? I am a big fan of Mary Kay, not just because it's the product that I sell, but because it really works. Now I put my cream on the back of my hand, right? And I'm going to use my brush to spread it all over my face. I'm going to begin here, working outward, all right? That's because this is the area that usually needs just a little more foundation. Take care of it first. Also include my eyelids. I just love this feeling of this brush. It's just absolutely marvelous. It's fantastic. These are all items that are part of a line of products that I'm blending it in my complexion. And this bronze is a good shade for me. It blends in and then it kind of connects with my skin covering so that it doesn't look so much like I have on anything. We do have foundation, but I find for me that this is enough just using this CC. Now, the great thing about the CC is because it helps protect your skin when you go out in the sun. Okay, it's got that PF 15, I believe it is. I should know this by heart, but I'm still new, still learning. And I didn't want to wait forever before sharing this with you. Well, sorry, I need my glasses to read this. Make sure I'm telling you the right thing here. Okay, this CC screen is SPF 15. Okay, works pretty good for me. But it's a good, as I said, this is the bronze, not the deep bronze, but the bronze. And it works really well, blends in really well. Okay. Feel I like the feel of this brush because I'm still messing with it. I should be moving on. Okay, so now that looks pretty good. All right, I'm just gonna put just a dab more of cover up concealer, I should say. Just a dab, not that much. I don't really need that much. Okay. But I tell you the truth, I'm sensitive about the dark circles under my eyes. Try to conceal them as much as I can. Which is why I put the concealer on first, then I put the foundation. Normally, I will wait a few minutes before putting the foundation on, give it a chance to really blend in, to set in my skin there. And then once I put that on again, I might wait a few minutes before adding more concealer if I feel that I need any more concealer. And again, I'm going to mix this in. Now, here's the other thing that I don't know if many of you do this. I didn't used to do it, but I do now. And that's that I take translucent powder to help seal the foundation in. I used to look at the translucent powder and think, oh, that's going to make my skin look white. But it doesn't. I mean, when you first put it on there, until you get it blended in, it might look a little, little like it's making you white. But once you start blending it in, it really becomes translucent. And I will put it up to the hairline because I want everything to look natural, right? As natural as possible. Okay, these are great brushes. I really like the brushes that they have. It just feels so good on your skin when you're brushing it. Like giving it a good massage. Okay. Now I'm going to once again, uh, I don't rub, okay? When I'm using the sponge, I'm pressing everything in so that it gives it a more natural blended look. And it doesn't look like I actually have foundation. Or in this case, anything else on my face. I want to look as natural as possible. I want to look good, but I want to look natural as possible. So don't be saying, oh, look at her trying to be young. Trust me, I'm not trying to be young. I went through that stage. I do not wish to repeat it unless I could keep the knowledge that I've learned, put it to better use than I did when I was young. So now I've got that pressed in. Now you can either use powder foundation, powder blush, or you can use a cream. I happen to have a cream stick. I have used the powder, and I like the powder, but I like this better. So I use this. It's a kind of a blended cinnamon color, and I just put it on my cheek area very carefully, and I bring it up. I want a little round dot. I want it all to be blended in. I want it to look as natural skin. Okay, that's enough. Now, I'm going to use my little sponge to do some little pressing here. Get it in there. It also helps take out some of the shine. I won't take it out completely because I do have oily skin, which is one of the other things that I like about the repair, time-wise 3D repair, because it kind of helps with that. I don't want to completely use the oil because the oil helps keep your skin moisturized. So we do have the products for people who have oily skin, dry skin, or just normal skin. Best if you have the normal skin, one with the oily, because they help your skin to stay young and fresh. All right, so now I've done all of that, and I have some contour powder that I like to use. My brush. Again, the brush. A different brush this time. I hope you're not thinking that this takes too long. Some mornings it does feel like it takes too long. I gotta tell you, it's worth it in the end, right? Especially when you guys are complimenting me on how I look. I really appreciate that. So now I'm gonna put a little on the side because I like to have a little contour to help slim my face. As I say, I've got fat cheeks. So by doing this, I kind of help take away the look of the fatness somewhat. Not completely, I know that, but it does help a little. Right? This like it doesn't want to take on this side like it does the other. All right, now here's the other thing. I'm going to put a little here and a little here and help it to make my face look a little rounded, a little more round, not so square with the fatness. And I also do a little up here, again, to kind of help give that little roundness to it, okay? Yeah. That's my contour. Now that I've done all of that, that's the fun part. Ooh. Now, as you can see, I still look a little blonde, all right? That's because you don't see a definition for my eyes. So now I have to do a little eye liner here. Until where my eyes end and the rest of my skin there ends. Okay, that's better. All right, that's a little better. I have one other thing that I have to do because as you can see, new eyebrows. So I'm going to make some. And I do that. Sorry, this get thrown away. Okay. I'm going to have to draw these in. And I kind of draw the line where I want it to be. And I'm going to tell you something. No matter how careful you are, you're not going to get both eyes to be exactly the same. Think about it, even in real life, unless you go, if you've got eyebrows and you go to a professional who can shape them the way that you want, you can usually pretty much get them both the same. Okay? supposed to be drawing around where I want my eyebrows to be. I'm going to fill it in with the brush. Sometimes I get a little carried away, get a little excited. Oh, here's one other thing I do. I tend to use a dart when I outline my lips, because again, I don't have a real definition here. I use either my eyebrow or eyeliner. If I don't have a lip color. So in this case, I ran out of the lip liner, so I am using the eyebrow pencil to draw in my lips. Now I take my eyebrow brush and I fill in, or would have filled in here, but I not got happy with the pencil, this line of where I want my eyebrows. I'm drawing in my eyebrows and now I'm fill it in where I drew them. As I say, you're not going to get them both the same. As you can see, there's a little bit difference. And for some reason, this one is showing up a little bit lighter, even though I'm using the same eyebrow pencil. A little bit better. And I think I'm going to call it quits before I mess something up here. Okay? So that's for the eyebrows. And well, there's a couple of final things here that I want to do. One is I want to add some eyeshadow. Not much, but a little. Kind of make the eyes stand out just a little more than they are. Okay? Now I don't use two, I just use the one. And if you want to, you can put eyeshadow under here, a lighter shade, or you can draw a line around here. Some people like to do all those fancy things, but I just want my eyes to show up. I don't feel I need those extras because those extras would, for me anyway, would look like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not, or trying to make myself look younger than I am. And again, I am not trying to be young, okay? I just want to look the best that I can at the age that I am, all right? I happen to enjoy being the age that I am. In fact, all my life, I have enjoyed every single year of my life. I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable with my eyes and with myself at any age. Fun of going back and having to go through all those things again. All right, now once again, I have very thin eyelashes. I have tried wearing false eyelashes. I haven't learned how to master putting them on, so I gotta stick with the mascara for now. I am gonna plump them up just so that they show and see at least I have something there. This is great. Now, I put very little down here. I don't want it falling onto my skin and my hand. One of the things about getting older, hands aren't as, you don't have as much control of hands as you used to. So I don't want to find that I've got underneath these little tiny pricks from this brush. Just a little bit, just enough so that you know they're something there. There's something there, okay? It's not completely blank. Now, the lipstick. So I am going to, let's see, what shade of lipstick here. I have this one's a little bit darker, but that's okay. All right, this is a cranberry. All right, and because I would like to have a little bit of shine, I'm going to put a little lip gloss on. Again, using a cranberry. All right, now I like to also have a little finish up here. I'm going to touch up the complexion with. I want to put some powder. This is a bronze powder that I'm going to just lightly dust over again to help give it that finish look. Okay, so that everything looks like it all goes together. Very smooth and clear. All right. Okay, so now I've taken care of that. And once again, I need my brush. Well, for my sponge disappeared that fast, but I'm going to take this and I'm kind of bonding everything together. I want it to look natural, smooth. I don't want any lines. I don't want my complexion looking like I put on makeup. Okay, I just want it to look as natural as possible. Okay, and now you have a finished look. So this is my routine that I go through each morning when I get up. I normally get up and brush my teeth and prepare myself a cup of coffee. And once I've got my stomach settled with that hot coffee, then I begin my routine. And this is the finished product of what I do each morning. For those of you who saw it at the beginning, you know how bland I look without any kind of makeup. This is the ending of it. So thank you. If any of you would be interested in learning more about any of the products that I use today, I would be happy to help you. I do sell all the products that I used on my face this morning, and I can certainly, I would be happy to sell those products to you as well and show you how to use the product. All you have to do is contact me at lwrepark@gmail.com or call me at 916-698-0839. Again, that's lwrepark@gmail.com or call me at 916-698-0839. And if you want to take a look at my website, just go over to beautybylawana.com. All right. Happy to work with you.